Hello, welcome to another video. Today we're going to make a fun little card, and I recently saw a video, I think her name is Laura. She did a video where she did gold on craft cardstock, and I just thought it looked so cool. So I'm gonna do copper on craft cardstock, and it ends up looking really cool too. We're gonna do a background, and then we're gonna just do a nice, simple, elegant type card. So we're going to start off with a background stamp, and this is a pretty old, I think it's a Lawn Fawn set, from a long time ago. I got it at Michael's, I believe, but I know that it's really old. And I've taken my piece of craft cardstock and I cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to take my powder tool here, and I'm gonna coat the whole thing because I'm gonna do a complete background stamp to most of the card. Okay, then I'm gonna take, I got Versamark here, and I've got my stamp mounted. I'm using this chevron stamp, and I'm just going to ink it up, and you'll notice that it is just a line. It's not a full set, but I'm going to repeat it and it will work out really good. So I'm just going to use my grid mat here to give me a nice little line. Press down on it. There we go. And then I'm just going to line this up. Sorry if I got to get my head in the way there just for a minute. I just have to line it up with the previous stamp really well. Again, we're going to do the same thing. Get it really lined up. Stamp it down. And then again. There's a bit of repeating here, but I don't have a background stamp that would do this, so I just decided to kind of create my own. And I think that's all I'm going to do. I could go further if I wanted to, but I think I'm just going to stop right there. I'm going to clean off my stamp here. Okay. Put this one away. And then I'm going to make a congratulations stamp. So I'm going to go ahead and get that stamp. Oh, actually I forgot. I'm going to do a different step first. Now I'm going to coat these with the embossing powder. You can see I didn't line it up exactly, but I'm not going to be too worried about it. Alright, and then I'm just going to dump this back into the bottle real quick. Set that aside, put the lid on so we don't spill it, because I've been known to do that. Okay, then we're going to melt this. There you go. Now you can see when it's melted, it looks really pretty. It hardly shows up, but you can just see the shimmer of the copper on there, and it looks really good on the kraft cardstock. Okay, next we're gonna take our sentiment, and I'm just using a simple congratulations sentiment from a word stamp set that I got at Hobby Lobby. I don't know the brand, but it's just a simple one. And for this one, I'm going to use, I'm going to use white embossing powder because I want the sentiment to stand out. I was going to try it with the gold, and actually I did try it with, not the gold, the copper. But to me, the sentiment doesn't stand out enough. So we're going to try it with white and see if it stands out, and then I'll decide which one I like better. So we're just going to, you'll notice that my paper is folding up, and I don't want, because I'm using the embossing powder, I don't want to risk it touching it before it's supposed to. So I'm just going to use a couple of pieces of this tape just to hold it down while I'm stamping it. There we go. Then I'm going to ink it up, and then I'm going to stamp it kind of in the center of this non-stamped area. There we go. Okay. Then just gonna remove this tape and get my white embossing powder. And you're gonna see this is gonna be a really cool looking card that did not take very long to make, and also just looks really elegant. So it could be used for a graduation or a wedding or even a baby if you wanted to. Okay, there we go. Now let's see how it looks after we melt this. There we go. That congratulations stands out a lot more now, and I think it's gonna look good on the card. It's just a nice simple card. I think I like it better in the white rather than, especially since it's mounted on this. And another thing that you could do that I was thinking about doing was tying a bow on it. I'll try that. I'm just gonna tie a bow right up here. Just a nice white bow with my seam binding. And then you can kind of just play with it and see where you want the bow to go, if you want it to stay, or if you don't want the bow at all. I think the bow adds a little bit of femininity to it. For if it was a wedding, it makes it look pretty. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it on because I do like it. And I have a really hard time making masculine cards anyways. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off. But then I'm also going to take it off because for some reason, probably because of the way that I tied it, it seems to be tied upside down. So I'm just going to switch it around to the other side, like so, so that the tails will hang where I want them to. And then just kind of work the card a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to trim this side. There we go. And there we have a lovely card. Because of the bow, it can be for a wedding or it could be for a baby. I think it looks good. I just can't decide if I like the bow now or not. I'm just gonna leave the bow on there, I think, though. But anyways, then we're gonna take some tape, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just put the tape around, but not over the bow, because then if I want to, depending on what I want to use this card for later on, I can untie the bow if I don't want the bow on there. Then if I don't want the bow, all I have to do is untie it and pull it out. And it should slide out nice and easy. Okay. All I'm gonna do here now is adjust my tails a little bit because they're a little bit too long, I think. There we go. So we have a lovely little congratulations card. I hope that you like this video. I hope you'll join me again for another video soon. I will be back for another one. Bye-bye now.